Welcome to Fine Cuisine and Etiquette with your host, Oliver Gerald, the Eater, your guide to the finer things in life. I've never quite understood the colonial fascination with All Hallows Eve. Some claim Halloween was based on Celtic harvest festivals, while others assert Christian origins, with it honoring saints, martyrs, and all the departed. All Hallows Eve was the evening before the Christian holidays of All Hallows Day and All Souls Day, and all three were known as All Hallow Tide, when the devout prayed for souls who hadn't reached heaven. As for the wearing of costumes, vengeful spirits supposedly wandered the earth until All Hallows Day, and to avoid the spirits' wrath, people disguised themselves with masks and costumes. Either way, it slowly morphed over the centuries into a perfect microcosm of the peasant class, where people don shabby rags and go door to door begging for a handout. I mean, anyone who wears a costume and parades around like a jester clearly has unresolved issues. I would never lower myself to such humiliation, soliciting others to give me a sugary treat lest I play a cruel trick on them. I can hoodwink poor people 365 days a year without dressing as Count Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, or a sexy nun. But enough of you colonial yokels have costume fetishes, so I figured I'd take a look at some Halloween treats. No threats of pranks or cruel tricks, except of course for the crushing reality of your meager lot in life, the cruelest trick of all. I'd like to start with the best-selling candy in the United States of treason and the second bestseller worldwide, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's has helped you peasants deal with your sad and meaningless lives since 1928. Though, since the beginning, they've been handicapped by the inclusion of Hershey's chocolate. Though the ingredients do include real peanuts, surprisingly. And that pleasant load of sugar helps to disguise the taste of Hershey's chocolate vomit. Reese's has a ton of flavor variants, and like most mainstream chocolate brands, they're no stranger to holiday editions, including Halloween. The one I purchased, Pumpkins, is all in the aesthetics, and there's zero difference between these and their normal cups. But the pumpkin sculpt is respectable, and no matter what it looks like, Reese's earns its worldwide acclaim. At least that's what I would have said before I opened it to find that the pumpkin isn't pre-carved like the wrapper would indicate. Not that I'm surprised that an American marketer would have problems with the truth, but especially given that this comes from such a decorated brand, this is unacceptable. Reese's isn't just a fiscal triumph, it's one of the few American confections that doesn't make me vomit. High praise for me! And while it still tastes as good as ever, they took the quintessentially American lazy way out with the sculpt. Next up is Sour Patch Kids, another brand with innumerable special editions and seasonal favorites. And I've begrudgingly admitted my, begrudging respect for SBK and Mondelez International. Few candies, American or not, can match SBK's sharp, sour flavor. And they've had a number of triumphant variants like SBK Cola, SBK Hearts, SBK Coal, and Sour Patch Kids Zombies. Unfortunately, Mondelez made like the American education system and took the lazy way out with zombies. They still taste like normal SBK, and that's never a bad thing, but despite the name, they don't look like zombies or anything else creative. Unlike Fruit Loops and M&M's, these do at least have distinct flavors. But the best thing about Sour Patch Kids is...
I'm the best part of Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah, this acid must have kicked in. Who the are you?
I'm the ghost of Christmas future. I lend my expertise to OG Eater.
Who?
You know, this guy.
Ah, the idiot! So, what is it you do exactly? Other than run your voice through an online filter?
Well, Well, normally I torture OG, but I have a feeling my powers won't work on you.
Was there anything else?
I heard you were talking about SBK zombies, and I'm contractually obligated to appear whenever OG mentions SBK, but it seems like you have it covered. So, nice to meet you. God save the Queen and all.
Anyway, let's move right along to Peeps Monsters, or to be more specific, Frankenstein's monster. Peeps, of course, have been an Easter mainstay since their introduction in 1953. And with naught but sugar, corn syrup, gelatin, food dyes, and salt, they're a deceptively simple American favorite. Though Americans are a simple people, very, very simple. Simple Jack simple. And for this year's All Hallows Eve, Peeps come in monsters, ghosts, pumpkins, and skulls, the latter of which could pull double duty for Dia de Muertos. I don't think I need to recap Peeps' famously soft, gooey texture or its adorable sculpt. Even the most bum American has heard of Peeps, and most have a positive impression. Oh, what now? Can I help you with something?
Aren't you going to invite me in and offer me some tea or candy?
Am I supposed to know you? Did the poorhouse run out of porridge again?
No, I'm Pixie. I've done a few collabs with your American counterpart.
Ah, that explains it. Any friend of my American counterpart earns an equal amount of scorn and cultural condescension. Say, you look like the third cousin of Morticia Adams. Maybe you can answer this question that's been vexing me. Why do Americans like Halloween so much?
Well, I'm Canadian, but All Hallows Eve is pretty universal. The unmatched joy of assuming a new identity, if only for a few hours. The spooky atmosphere, the creepy ambience, putting your everyday worries aside and embracing...
Good Lord! Is every Canadian this loquacious?
No, we're all super nice. Get your stereotypes straight.
Yeah, well, I don't bow to the altar of Robert Smith and Edgar Allan Poe, so as the Americans say, you're barking up the wrong tree.
And you need a nap. You're crankier than a senior citizen at a Greta Von Fleet concert.
Right, well, give my...
Let's stick up your asses in helping matters.
You seem like the kind of person who likes to get the last word, and... Next up is Ghost Dots, a variation of the conical candy which Tootsie Roll Industries likes to market as America's #1 selling gumdrop brand. The original Dots first appeared in 1945, and it's become a favorite in American cinemas, mainly amongst those with ageusia or a complete loss of taste. For All Hallows Eve, the brand previously touted Dots Bats, which were blood orange flavored, and Candy Corn Dots, which is incontrovertible proof that God is dead. Ghost Dots' gimmick is that each gumdrop is a mystery flavor, with strawberry, lemon, lime, cherry, or orange waiting on the back end. But regardless, they all sport Dots' trademark flavor of waxy candle. What? No random peasant wants to butt their nose into my business? Some Yankee Doodle Yutz wants to waste my valuable time with inane chatter?
Oh my gosh, that's so rude.
The next treat could be the figurative belle of the ball, mainly because it's the only one hailing from Europe. I think we're all familiar with Deutschland's own Haribo, which has been delighting candy lovers since Hans Riegel created the company in 1942. And yes, technically it came about during an extremely dark period in Germany's history, and the resultant turmoil would become the bloodiest and most destructive conflict in human history and lead to the near extinction of entire people, the start of the nuclear age, and up to 50 million dead. Boy, I really wrote myself into a corner there. Anyway, Haribo has thrilled Europeans for 80 years and shown American confectioners how to do gummies proper. All except for one type. You all know how I feel about Sour Patch Kids. It pains me to admit such affection for an American candy, and how few treats, European or otherwise, can match its unique sour flavor. Well, that may have changed with Haribo's Sour Vampire Bats. I don't know what's changed between this and Gold Bear's Sour, other than a textural difference. Otherwise, the ingredients are mostly the same. The Sour Bats do include inverted sugar, which the Gold Bears don't, but that's the sweet half of Sour Patch Kids. Whatever it is, Haribo's Sour Bats possess a curiously strong kick. And finally, I'd like to take a look at a trio of novelty gummies from the Hide and Eek Boutique, whose trademark is owned by Target. In any case, I picked up Gummy Eyeballs, Gummy Fangs, and Gummy Brains, each of them highly detailed and tasty with some interesting textural triumphs, owing to them being edible body parts. Fake, of course, I think. It would explain a lot, though. My favorite is the Brains, with its strawberry flavor and incredible sculpt. In fact, I can already feel a bit smarter, and considering my genius level IQ, that's quite a feat. Maybe they are real brains. Be sure to show your appreciation for my efforts with a like, and I shall return to educate the great unwashed masses and all those of good letters and breeding on the finer things in life and delightful cuisine.